What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. Welcome back to Lego Therapy. But unfortunately, I got some terrible news. It's going to be the end. This is going to be the last episode of Lego Therapy. I'm going to have to retire from Lego building. I went too far yesterday. I went out and decided to do my yard work. It's probably, it's all my fault. I waited way too long to do it. I just spent hours and hours and hours just eating myself up, trying to clean up the yard, and I wrecked myself. I'm just done. My hands, they're smoked. I mean, I could just look at them. They're done. Can't. How am I gonna build Lego? I'm sorry, peeps. I know this comes as a big shocker, but I don't have it. I can't. The doc said my hands are done forever. So, and that's a complete lie. And in the words of the greatest wrestler of all time, the 21-time World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy, Ric Flair, I will never retire! Oh, okay, sorry. Whew. Channeled my inner Ric Flair there. Got way too excited. Peeps! What are we building today? First of all, Lego light is on. We're lavish in the Lego Lounge. We're going to bring you some beautiful artwork. The Star Wars logo. I didn't know what I was going to do today. I just walked in and I looked through. I said, "Yep, that seems like a good one." I haven't done any Star Wars recently, so here we are. And I was trying to find some ace bandages, and I know somewhere in this house they exist, but I couldn't find any. So that guy just found some hand. In fact, I have some boxing hand wraps somewhere, and I couldn't find those either. I was very, very frustrated with myself. But first of all, what's the dad joke of the day? Peeps, this is the last one in the box. Here's the box. Here's all the already told jokes. This is the last dad joke. Oh my God. Whew. How appropriate. Whew. Today my daughter asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" She's 13 years old. She still doesn't know my name is MC. Boom. All right, peeps. What do we got? We have the Star Wars logo, 700 pieces, set number 75407, 18 plus. We'll see how this comes out, but I'm excited. It's definitely something. I think, I didn't do much research into this. This has become a very common theme. I was not super pumped for this set, again, until I saw other people building it, and I saw how it looked, and I was like, oh man, now I kind of want it. And so I'm hoping that I can make this something that will fit on the wall. I think that would be an awesome wall art piece, but we will see. I don't know that it has the ability to do that. I might have to rig something up. By the way, new knife again. This was my dad's buck knife, and it is very old. And as you can see, it is very, very nice at cutting this box. Decided to give this one a try. I just discovered it. Well, I didn't just discover it, but I rediscovered it in my collection recently. So it cut through that pretty easly, and I'm kind of liking it. So. All right. Bam. There we go. Got the classic black box for these top tier sets, these 18 plus sets. Got your little New Hope on the back. I already looked at the PDF directions. They got a little story about, Lucasfilms coming together with Lego, and how this has been such a long tradition. of excellence right there at the beginning. Pretty cool. Go check it out. But yeah, this looks like a, oh, there's 2 books. Looks like a super fantastic build. I'm excited to get into it. I'm gonna try to make this one video. We'll see how my big mouth does. Looks like it's 6 bags total. Not a crazy McLaren-sized project. That McLaren was so much fun. All right. Bag number uno. Oh yeah, another brick separator for the collection. What do you guys do with your brick separators? I had a brick separator tree that I was building, and it got so big that I ended up having to cut it down to 2 smaller trees. It was just falling over. What do you guys do? Anywho, so real talk though. Okay, I am actually, I wasn't joking at the beginning. Obviously, I'm not retiring from Lego building, but I am physically, I am in a lot of pain today. I did go out and do all my yard work yesterday. It was probably a solid 6 hours, which I know to some folks probably does not seem like a crazy amount, but I don't have like a riding lawnmower or anything. It's just a push mower, and problem is, it's all my fault, as I said already. I just waited way too long. Partially due to weather, because, you know, it's Florida and we get all these rains from time to time during this time of year. So I just kept putting it off because every time I'd get ready to go start cleaning up, it would start raining. And again, I don't have a riding mower or anything. I have a pretty good sized yard, but not big enough to really justify getting a riding mower. So I don't have one. Just an old school push mower, which works fine under normal conditions. But the other problem is, the last time I did my big yard cleanup, I only ended up doing the front yard. It was like early in the spring, and so I had to clean all the gutters out. All the leaves were in the gutters, so I got up on top of my roof. That took quite a while, and then I went and I did all the front yard, and everything was great again, and I left the backyard because I was exhausted. I was like, I'm not doing this today. Come back later and do it another day, and I just didn't. So, needless to say, the backyard got a bit chaotic, which leads up to yesterday, and I went out there and cleaned everything up. Front yard, backyard, the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. That was funny. Unintentionally. Funny to me. Maybe not to you. It's already there. We're already there. God, can I get on track, MC? I went out and cleaned everything up yesterday, and not only was it a just mountain of work to do, but on top of it, it was excruciatingly hot and humid yesterday. And I have never in my life, I texted a couple people yesterday just because I thought it was so funny. I said, have you ever sweated so much that you sweated through your belt? That was a first for me. I don't know if you let me know in the comments if you've ever been there. I've never sweated through my belt before, right? That was a new one for me. A new life achievement unlocked. I wear, when I'm doing that much work, I throw on my Under Armour shorts. Then I had on my Air Force flight suit pants because they're great for doing yard work. And then my belt, which is, you know, pretty, whatever, half-inch thickness or something. It's pretty good thickness. And anyways, I finished up everything, and I was so sweaty that I was like, I'm not throwing these clothes in my bedroom laundry basket or anything. I'm just gonna throw them in the washing machine. And so as I take everything off, I pull my belt out and it's just drenched. So I didn't even throw that. Like, I was gonna go hang that up. And I'm like, I can't. It's soaking wet, sweat, like just crazy amount of sweat. And that's crazy. But I tell you, I have the weirdest thoughts when I lay around in bed at night. I was so tired last night, like I barely made it to dinner. I mean, I barely made it to dinner too, actually. That's also a true statement, but barely made it to bedtime, my normal bedtime. I was just like, I was so done. But sidetrack. I was laying there last night thinking about how hot it was. And I don't know, I didn't look at the thing yesterday at the weather app or anything to see what it said. But I was having a laugh to myself because, like, I looked at it a few days ago. 3D directions, by the way. Sidetrack. I was looking at the weather a few days ago, and the weather that day, it was like 88 degrees, but then, you know, it's Florida. And so they give you the temperature, then they give you the feels like temperature, which it said 88 degrees, and this was a few days ago. It said 88 degrees, feels like temperature is 108 degrees. Yeah. And so it just had me laughing. I was like, why do they do that? Why do they tell you the actual temperature and then the feels like temperature? The only temperature that matters to me is what it feels like. It, like, this concept, what else are we measuring? What are we, like, okay, I understand that there's the temperature. Look, I haven't taken a science class in quite a while, but I understand the concept that humidity, aka a bunch of water in the air that is like bouncing the sun rays around and creating a greenhouse effect, making things more hot feeling. Isn't that what all temperature is what we feel? I mean, I'm sure there is a in-depth scientific explanation that my Peasley little brain does not understand here. But I'm just gonna say it. I don't care what the real temperature is. I only care what the feels like temperature is. Because to me, that's the real temperature. This whole concept of real temp versus feels like temp, get that out of here, please. Just tell me the real temperature, which to me is the same thing as the feels like temperature. I'm sorry. Peeps, I'm all over the place. I told you, I was laying there last night. I was so tired and I was in so much pain. And I was like, what am I going to... I need to build something tomorrow because I feel terrible and I just need something to bring my levels of normalcy back up, whatever that is in this little MC world. And I got thinking how I could do this goofy intro, and then everything else just kind of spiraled off of that. And I'm pretty positive that you guys are only getting about 10% of the wackiness that went through my brain last night. And even that is probably too much. So, Peeps, with that being said, I've already been building for a few minutes here. 15 minutes on the recorder, so peeps, let's just build. All right, peeps, book one is done. It is looking fantastic. I love the techniques they used to get this look. A lot of cool tricks to flip things. They tiled everything up, so there's like not a lot of exposed studs. But here's what's really cool. If you look down in between the gaps, right, you got all these little gullies and ridges, and there's a few studs. It reminds me, stick with me here, it reminds me of the Death Star, right? So when you look at the Death Star initially, it just looks like a clean ball. It looks like this clean, sphere, if you will. But then when they get up close to go attack the Death Star, you can see all the little trenches and little grooves and things. You can see all the finer details. And that's kind of the feeling I get with this build. I really like it. You got your little hidden compartment here. I'm terrible with Easter eggs, so I think this is supposed to be the Tantive. What's it called? The Tantive 4. I actually have that set over there to build still. And then I'm guessing this is like a Death Star. Not a Death Star. Brain. I'll remember it and I'll put it in the comments or in the graphics over here somewhere. I can't remember what it's called, but it's an Imperial ship going to attack the Tantive, if you will. But man, very, very cool. Love the way it's looking. 3 more bags to go. I'm gonna take a quick break, grab some lunch. I'll be right back. All right, boom, we are back, and let's continue on with this beautiful build. Boom, bag number 4. Let's just get back into it. We got Chet. I love having a beard. That's my biggest fear with having a channel. As I go eat something, I come back and I got a bunch of food in my beard. New fears unlocked as you get older. It's like, it's nice to have the hair to hide my ears, because Old people, we just grow hair from places that don't make sense anymore. Why do I have ear hair? Why was that ever an evolutionary benefit to have hair on your ears? I don't think it was. So yeah, why? Let me shut up, peeps. Does anybody else? I know I said I was gonna shut up and build, but it's good old MC. Does anybody else have a fireplace in their house? And if you do, is it your magical way of telling that it's raining outside? My fireplace. So I think what this room was supposed to be was like, I think I've talked about this before, but I can't remember. So here you go. If you've heard it before, sorry. I think this is what was probably supposed to be like an action. You know, no offense to older generations, but they did things that I still to this day don't really understand. Like they have the living room, and then they have the living room, right? So like you have the room where your normal guests come and sit and hang out when they come over your house, and then you have the room where the fancy people come and sit and hang out. At least that's the way I always understood it. I knew people that had houses like that. And I think that's kind of what this room was supposed to be, because there is a real living room. But then there's this room, and this room has the fireplace right there, which I have never burned anything in as long as I've lived here. But anyways, I can always tell when it's raining, because as it starts raining, you can hear the raindrops on the fireplace flue, chimney flue. Is that what it's called? Don't quote me. I don't know. I'm no expert in fireplaces, but I know it's the metal part that goes up. So, anywho, sidetrack that. I wanted to do a quick comment on these. First time I've seen these, they're similar to other pieces, but I like the way they look. My only issue is they don't have very strong grippiness. Let me know if you guys have dealt with these pieces before. It's kind of what I'm noticing with all of them so far. Peeps! What do y'all think? This looks awesome. I mean, they really did. I'm gonna go and look it up, and I'll throw a side-by-side. Let's see. I'll put this up here now in preparation. I'll put my graphic right here. Stop doing this with your hands, MC. I think they did an amazing job capturing the original Star Wars logo. Bam! Beautiful box. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, there's the original logo. So good. They really knocked it out the park, peeps. I am very happy. It says it took me 2 hours and 45 minutes, but that ain't true because I took a break, so I think it just kept counting. But 367 steps, 27 seconds on average. If you stack all the bricks, it'll equal 7.7 meters. Great stuff. Man, it's solid too. I'll be honest. I had in my head, based on what it looked like, again, I do my best to not see what the secret is to the sauce, you know? I don't want to know how the sausage is made, if you will. I want to really enjoy the experience. And sometimes I see stuff online, and I do my best to just ignore it or forget it. Like, I really do. And I definitely remember that there was like this little hidden compartment, but again, I don't even remember what the heck this ship is called. It's still Star Killer? No, that's something else. Death Star. No. Man, why can't I remember words right now? I'm forgetting. But anyways, love the little Easter egg, even though it's, you know, Lego, in my opinion, fails at really telling you what the Easter eggs are. I guess they just want you to figure it out on your own, but it would be nice if they had like, oh, skip all the way to the back of the book and tell me what the Easter eggs are. And some people maybe don't know. Maybe they just like have a peripheral enjoyment of Star Wars, but they're not deep in the lore or whatever, and they'd like to know what these little things represent. So maybe Lego doesn't care about my opinion. But man, it's so cool too, is you can turn it either way. Bam. So now it's backwards to me, but it's straight to you guys. So great. I love it. But again, I love all the way this is all clean, tiled up everywhere you look. You get the little character deep in the grooves. You get to see the interesting aspects, the little trenches, the little gullies, the little cutouts. Love it. They really did a great job. I think I started to say it and then I sidetracked. I originally, based on what it looked like, in my head, boop, boop, don't stab yourself. In my head, I thought there was going to be some technique inside to really make a solid structure. It's all just bricks. It's all just bricks, tiles, plates, sticks, dots, and all the good things. No technique. And it's a very, I'm not going to swing it too hard, but it's a pretty darn solid build. And the only complaint that I kind of brought up was these little rounded pieces that look awesome, but they just don't have the real oomph of Lego piece. And I don't know if that's normal or if I just got a weird batch, but man, I love it. If I hadn't done my whole retirement gag at the beginning, I probably would have brought out a lightsaber or something. It's all good. I do love what I've seen online too with people doing this set where they've created little displays, I guess, where they've added on to it, and they've got like minifigs here or whatever. They've got like the R2 and the Chewbacca and the C-3PO around the Star Wars logo. Like, this really can go. I'm now seeing that there's probably not really a great way for me to put this on a wall unless I do some modification. I guess I could probably get a couple of those, the wall art little bricks. You guys know what I'm talking about? They go on the back of the wall arts. It's like that wide and has a little cutout so you can put a nail in there and hang it. I don't know. I'd have to see if it would fit. And maybe, ooh, hiccups, y'all. I may be able to fit something in there, or I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. I think this would be awesome on a wall somewhere. I definitely don't have a ton of shelf space left. But I definitely need more shelves in this house. It's just where to put them. We'll figure out something good for this. This guy will go somewhere, but man, tell me what you guys think. I'm really loving this. I'm just gonna throw this out there. This is not a request. This is not anything other than I just want to throw it out there. I have at the top of my channel posted in my description or whatever, I posted my Amazon Lego wish list. Now, I am not asking anybody to buy me a set. I just posted it because I've seen other people do it, and I thought it was a neat idea. And so if somebody wants to sponsor the channel and don't look at it as, oh, I've got to spend $1, I do not care. I'm not that. I feel strange even saying these words right now. But if you have a desire, sponsor Lego Therapy, I will definitely shout you out. I will promote your channel or do whatever you would like to do, or I don't have to say anything if that's your preference as well. But it's out there. Again, this is zero pressure. I don't expect anything from anyone. Just thought I'd throw it out there just in case anybody had any inclination to do so. But here we are. Oh, you know I can't sidetrack. I meant to tell you guys this, by the way. So I do have arthritis. I've talked about it before. And this is something that the doctors recommended to me. So this is a nice heating pad. I will throw a link on it from Amazon. You throw this bad boy in the microwave, and it's very heavy too. It's weighted. You throw this in the microwave for like a minute or so, and then you just put your hands in here. And it does help somewhat with pain. So just thought I'd share that with y'all peeps. You know, I'm always trying to do my part to bring some joy and some health to the community. So I know we all work with these little digits here, and we got to keep these alive. It's alive! Oh, I always do that. How did you guys like my Night King the other day, or Nightmare King the other day? That voice effect, or was it an effect? Anyways, peeps, let me stop talking. I've been going on for too long. Peeps, if you guys enjoyed this, do all the things, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, may the force be with you. And holla!